Hi, this is the Trick and Treat presentation by CBS. We're going to talk about tricks and how to do them using positive reinforcement. So today we are going to discuss how to pick a treat so we can do some trick training, how to reinforce your bird, because that is part of the whole treat thing. You do a trick, you get a treat, but how do we do that? How do we reinforce them? And then we're going to shape each trick. So a couple of tricks here are going to be really easy. You'll see them pretty quickly, and some of them might need little baby steps to mold it into the final behavior, and we'll talk about how to do that too. And at the end, we have a challenge with prizes. Should be super fun. So let's get her started. Treats. First, you have to find your treat. They need to be small. They need to be yummy, according to your bird. And we can test out a couple of options. That way we aren't just assuming that your bird likes, let's say, millet. We're testing it. And we're going to put a few options on a plate just like this and let the bird approach and see what they eat first. So here's a quick little video of choosing a reinforcer. Oh, I just realized that says Calgary. We are now Canada Bird School. So 6 options: cashew, walnut, safflower, sunflower, pellets, and millet. And he gets to look at the whole thing and go, I wonder what I want. Which one? I want that one. That's a safflower, which is really interesting for him. He usually goes for cashew pieces, but today, safflowers won. He did eat the cashews second, but he ate all of those safflowers first. So that's what he decided was his number 1 reinforcer that day. And it could be something else, but you get to test it with your bird. It's a fun exercise. See what he eats first, see what he eats second. And then practice. Practice giving treats. This is super fun. Your birds love it. You love it. You're practicing giving the treat with no other skills. They don't have to do anything. Oh yes, you can use many different food-based reinforcers like fruit, veggies, etc. And you will see, thank you, Megan, that was in the chat. You will see in one of the other videos, I'm actually using a warm tea, a bird safe tea in one of the mugs. So yeah, whatever your bird values. And if you need help choosing a treat or something to reinforce your bird with, please send me an email. That's in another course, but you can always ask and we'll find something that works for your birds. I've used corn niblets. I've used pieces of mango. There's all sorts of options. So now you're going to practice giving the treats. And that practice looks like this. You just give them small bites, especially if they're used to a large whole almond. Practice giving them small pieces of almond and just repeat. Don't do skills. They don't have to step up. They don't have to do anything. They just have to practice receiving small pieces of treat repeatedly. Just treats, no skills, super fun. Then we can do a trick. So here are some of the tricks we'll talk about right now. There's a few more at the end as well that are more games. So these tricks are one-off tricks: the wave, the big wings, bob your head, turn around in a circle, and look through a hole. So we'll talk about those next. You're going to need the treats, and you're going to need a bird that knows how to eat treats, and you can teach a wave. This is Quentin doing a wave. He does 1 foot up. I let him choose which foot. That foot works for you. Great. As soon as that foot comes off the perch, I give him his treat. If you have a clicker, you can use it. The clickable moment is the foot off the perch. And it doesn't matter how high, as long as it's off the perch. He's weighted the other foot. He's obviously raising that one. Even if it's a millimeter, it counts. And then we shape it higher and higher and higher and higher. Every time he's raising that foot, he's going, hey, is this what you like? I got a treat for that. Is this what you like? And he will give you a larger and larger motion of that foot movement in order to gain those treats. Some birds do a foot waggle, almost like they're scratching themselves. That's great. Quentin likes to close his foot, and we can also shape open, close, open, close. So wave, as long as you have a bird that eats treats, can be a really fun, simple trick. Just get that foot weighted. There's a big foot wave from Romeo. And then here's a couple of waves from Quentin. Good. And the T, bird safe T. Very happy to get that reinforcer. Not a huge wave, but that's okay because we're building the wave into something bigger later. Here's one with the wave, but it's also got a few other behaviors in here. We'll talk about them next, but here, let's watch this video. Nice big wave. Head bob, and a wave, and a wings. And a foot. Each little treat is small enough that he can eat it in a few seconds. There was one in there was a little larger. You had to eat it and eat it and eat it and eat it. So trying to keep it down to a quick little chomp so you can get another repetition. Big wings, you saw some in that video. That's with both wings up. Sometimes it's called big eagle. I like big wings, whatever you like to call it. We are clicking and treating for wing movement. So reinforcing wing movement. Sometimes it's a stretch, and that's what happened with Quentin in the previous video. He was stretching his wings back. That's when I gave him the treat. And he goes, you like that, did you? And he did another big stretch. Quentin tends to just use his elbows. He doesn't actually extend his wings. This is a picture here of Genghis. Genghis is fully extending his wings. Again, start with what you can start with what your bird gives you, and we can shape it bigger and bigger and bigger later. But capture that stretch. When he's stretching, hand him a treat. It's a great way to get big wings. Once you've got that, hey, you really like this? Is this what you like? Then we can add a cue to it. Big wings. Or what I usually do, which is actually my body, I do, and then he'll raise his wings up, super fun. You can choose your cue later. So here's Leonardo da Vinci. He's going to do some big wings and a voice cue.
Wings? What does a monkey say? What does a monkey say?
Head nod. Foot wave. And a monkey noise. Love Leonardo. Good job. He gets a nice big nut for chaining those behaviors together. So the head bob, you've seen it in a couple other videos. It's usually pretty easy to capture. You can lure it by using your hand and moving it up and down. But generally, they're going to be head bobbing for some other reason, and you can just capture that and treat. And you can put that on a new cue and shape some duration. So here's some head bobs for you. First, we've got T2. And this is the very beginning of the behavior. He sort of got this question of, is this actually what you want? So take a look. Little head bob, and he got a nut for that. So that was his start. And then this one, I'm just going to turn the music off. We've got Louis, who is learning how to do a head bob for a nut. This is a captor. He bobs his head just a little bit. He gets a treat. Wait again, wait again. He's like, you like that? Yeah, you did like that. I get a nut for that. Wait. There he bobs his head again. He really likes this game. He gets a nut for it. Super fun game. We can capture it and then we'll put it on cue later. The turn around, turn in a circle. Also a fun game. I like using a target. It's an easy way to start the motion. You can capture it as well if you have a bird turning, but using the target helps your bird follow the target into a circle. First, we do a half a circle, and then we do a full circle, and we can break it down as much as needed to get a full turnaround. So here's a video of Charlie following the target. There he goes, half turn, full turn. And then he gets his treat. Super fun game. If you don't have a target, you can do a lure, and then we add a cue on it later. Look through. This is actually a stationing behavior. So here is not Homer. That's not Homer. Who is that? Spiffy. That's Spiffy the cockatiel. She's standing on her mark. So that's actually just a coaster. Super cute little girl. Stand on the spot is the game. We reinforce them for staying on that spot. Most birds really like that. It's come to this spot, stay on this spot. This is where the treats happen. And all we do after that is add a window in front of it. It looks like they're looking through the hole. So there's Fruit Loop looking through the hole, standing on his spot. Super cute. And we also have Genghis. This is a more advanced look through the hole. His station's actually the perch. And we added in that head hole. This is going to be for body exams, but we're going to be using it for our Halloween competition later. So go to your spot and then we add the look through the hole. We give them a nut through the hole. We'll show you in the video later. It's a super easy one because they don't actually have to do anything. They just have to go to their spot, stay on their spot. Click and treat. So we'll talk a bit more about active games. So any of those skills, following a target, capturing a behavior they're already doing, or standing on a station, we can use in these skills. So this is Odie. He's super excited. He is ready for some games. We'll talk about a retrieve, basketball, and put it in, and piggy bank. Those are all sort of the same. Sorting colors, and a little bit on painting because some people like to see how painting is started. Same skill set. So first, a retrieve. We start with just touch the object. So we have Carlos playing with a ring, touching an object, because eventually I want you to bring that object to me. So first we get to touching the object. It can be a ball, it can be a ring, it can be whatever you're looking at as a retrieve item. And then we click for a longer touch, or a pick up and grab, or a pick up and grab and run around with. And we can reinforce each one of those steps as a carry, and then it's put it down in a certain spot, like a retrieve. So first you start with touch, pick your object, pick something he's likely to touch, and reinforce it. Then we can reinforce a pickup and a carry. So those are all little baby steps towards our end goal. Each one might look like you're not actually doing the thing you're trying to do. So let that be okay. And just work on the little in-between bits, because at the end, it'll all come together. So here's some beginning retrieve. You can see how Quentin will touch the object, pick it up, throw it around. He doesn't really know what the heck we're doing, but he knows there are nuts involved. So you can watch this mess. I'm clicking for the moment it's in my palm, but he's not exactly 100% sure that's what he's supposed to be. But there's something about this ball. Something here, something's getting me in something. Nope. There, that gets you the nut. Touch the thing. Touch the thing longer, more forcefully, pick it up, carry it, and then add the object. I'm going to show the second video now. Guess what we're doing? Instead of just bring the ball back to me, let's bring the ball back to me, and I added in a little bit of a prop. Yep, that prop right there. Put it right there. Good job, buddy. Same behavior, just added in a little bit of a prop. So this is the put it in thing. It's not just touch it, pick it up, carry it. Now I want you to put it somewhere specific. Piggy bank. Close enough for me. You get a nut for that. You got a big nut. We can also do it with other objects. Pick that up, put it right there. Put it in the thing. This is also going to be useful in our competition later. This is often how we start it. It's a video that takes a second to get going, so just follow it. This is a blue-throated macaw baby, free-flighted. He has some metal washers, and we're trying to get the metal washers to go in that dish. He touches it, he picks it up, he gets a nut for that. He threw it the wrong direction. That's fine. Bingo. Picked it up and threw it. He doesn't know the dish is a thing yet. He actually gets a nut, even though he missed the dish, because he's not doing it intentionally. He's just sort of like, this is a weird game, guys. You got metal and I'm throwing it and I don't even, sort of confused. Was it in there? It was in there. The wheels are going. That's fine. This is a useful one where in this case, we had a whole pocket full of those metal washers. So I didn't have to go chasing around the thing on the floor once he dropped it, because that happens a lot. And so having, a dozen of the items in your pocket, you can just repeat, and then take a little break, clean up all the washers and start again. This is a middle step. It doesn't look like retrieve yet. But this is an important middle step of you are touching it, you're physically holding it and kind of chucking it. We'll work on that. We'll shape it like clay. We'll shape it into the thing we want at the end. So basketball, you get to see a little bit of before. We were doing the thing, put it in, and I was adding it to my hand cue. We shape for dropping it into the hand, dropping it into the hand up a little higher, adding in the prop so that there's a metal ring on my hand, and then I fade my hand out. So we're just going and dropping it in the ring. So super fun to play that game. We add a cue to the final behavior, which is just him being presented the ball. Sorting colors is sort of in the same realm. We'll see it again with that, the rings, put them in the colored pots. There's a green one, there's a blue one, there's a red one, there's a yellow one. How do I know where to put it? We start with just one. So in this case, we've already got a green on, or a yellow on the rings and a red ring on. So we're just doing green. I would even block off the other ones. Just do green, just do green, just do green, just do green, just do one color, just do green, just do green, just do green. And then slowly add in little bits and pieces so they know the green is the green and we're doing green and that's green and it goes on the green. Even though there's a red lying around, who cares? I'm doing green. Then as we add complexity, we can add those names. Sorting colors usually goes quicker once the bird already knows a basic retrieve. Painting is the same type of behavior. All I want you to do is hold the thingy, but instead of bringing it to me, I want you to bring it to that page. I want you to go and touch the page with that brush. Good boy. We had super fun with that one. He was a little confused. He's like, why am I not putting it in a basket? Why? I'm not putting it in your hand. You really seem to like this paper. It brings me nuts. Sure, whatever, lady. So we had a lot of fun with that. And him being able to think through it was part of it, but he already knew a retrieve. So I take painting as a little bit more advanced. So you have so many fun tricks we're all going to talk about in a second. Let's do the challenge. The challenge is Halloween themed. Touch an object. You can touch an object on the end of a target stick. You can touch an object in the middle of a table. Just go and touch it. That's the trick. Touch the thing. We can do a take. That's a retrieve. So bring me the little Halloween jack-o'-lantern. Bring me the little broom. We can do a come and look through. That's a stationing behavior, and you have a little cutout piece of paper they can poke their head through. You'll see in the video in a second. A pull or a hang, that's for like raising a flag or pulling a trolley. It's a little more advanced. It's a retrieve where you're bringing it to me, but it's kind of attached to a string. And then walk through a door can also be a really interesting one for birds that are okay with sort of an enclosed space. Sometimes lovebirds really like that game. So we're going to watch a video of each one of these and how they're explained. This is done in conjunction with a group in Japan, and they have graciously donated this video and the English subtitles. So if the English subtitles are not 100% perfect, we are going to send them love and thank them for the effort of translating from Japanese, because I do not speak Japanese and I love this challenge. So we'll watch this video and you can see each one of the tricks, how they're trained, and they've got some cool tips in here as well. The budgie. Oh my goodness. I love seeing all the littles doing these. They're so smart, but they're littles, but they're so smart. Come and peep out from props. Yes. Look through the hole. That's so good with his head poking through. Ah. Adorable. The peeking props is hilarious, isn't it? It's so cute. This is super cute behavior. I might have to do that one. I think Cockatiel's amazing at that. There's the pull. Helping the bird make the right decision by hiding the wrong one. Go and pull. There it is. Nice. Drinking straw. Oh, these guys are so creative. I love it. Nice walking through an arch. Yeah, totally. Love it. A training perch can work for that. You just walk onto the perch. These guys are awesome. See their little stations? That's their marks they're supposed to stand on. It's the little clear washers. I love it. Awesome. Using the beads, using the things they normally pull on as the handles, brilliant. I love that they sped that one up because it's so neat to see, but it takes a little bit of time. Come to your mark. There it is. Awesome. Cockatiel is amazing.